Hello everybody, this is Nathan with ECindiePlay, and today I'm going to be taking a look at Rock of Ages. This is my first video for my channel, which I'm part of with a few other people, but my part in this is taking a look at indie games. And this is going to be part of what's called the ECindiePlay series, where I just take a quick playthrough of the game and show you what it's all about. Now, this, of course, is Rock of Ages, and it is a pseudo-indie game in the fact that it was made by an indie developer, but it was actually published by Atlas, so it's a half and half, but fantastic game, definitely worth a look. And it was made actually by a team called Team. Actually, they were originally a mod team, but moved into actually making real video games. Now, I'm sure you've all noticed the fact that this all looks a little bit like Monty Python. It definitely has a very, very much Terry Gilliam aesthetic to it. It works really well with the game. It seems kind of weird here, but the whole feel of the game is very, very funny, very comedy-like, which goes with the game, because this game is actually sort of a mix between things like Super Monkey Ball, Katamari Damacy, and tower defenses of all things. Now, this may all sound very strange, but when you get in there, it's actually a boatload of fun, and why don't we just do that? First off, I just want to show you that you can change your characters. Your character can be many different things. We'll stick with good old Sisyphus. You can also change your boulder, and they have a few of them. I believe there's a few that you can unlock later on, but I got this jack-o'-lantern one for Halloween here, and I think it's pretty awesome, so that's what I use. So I'm just gonna go to the first level for you guys. I've already played this game myself, and as you can tell, it actually does have quite a few levels. I'm not really that far into the game, to be quite honest, and I've already done quite a bit. So, this is the first level. There are cutscenes. This is just very silly. These are very funny. And it's basically the story of Sisyphus rolling the boulder up the hill in Hades, and it never quite gets to the top. So let's just have a sit here and watch it. As you can tell, these are very silly, not meant to be taken all that seriously at all. The game's not really meant to be anything but fun. And finally, Sisyphus gets fed up. So let's roll out of Hades. So this is the rolling part of the game. I'll get to show you the strategy part in a bit here, but let's start with this. As you can tell, the game looks really, really nice. It uses a cool motion blurring effect on the boulder, which lends really well to the game. A lot of other things use that old paper Terry Gilliam kind of feel, which works really excellently. Now I'm actually going to get to show you the second phase here. Actually, it's the first phase usually. It's just the first, second phase in the first tutorial. So what I actually get to do most of the time here is construct things. I don't have anything to construct at the moment, so I just had to wait until my boulder was done. So I can click on my boulder. If you have an excess of money when you're about to roll, you can modify your boulder, but we'll just stick with the original because I don't have anything other than $200, and that doesn't get you much. So you'll notice I hit the door before. That's kind of the objective of the whole game, is to hit the door with as much of your boulder left as you can, and as much speed as you can get there too. And you can see in the bottom right how much of the enemy's door is left going. We'll see my door later on here. This is just the first. It just shows you how to roll. And roll we will. Now you see, my enemies actually erected some defenses there, but I can just slightly hop over them. Not always the case. And we're off, out of Hades. Victory. Let's move on to tutorial 2. Sparta. Another one of those fantastic cutscenes coming up here. Very funny. So we're in Sparta, and let's roll. Alright. Now you can see I can build units. That's what this is telling me right now. And I want to do just that, actually. So my gate is back here. I gotta stop him from hitting it so hard. So what I like to do usually is erect a bunch of defenses right by it. That way it just kind of slows him down before he gets there. Catapults are fun because you can kind of put them in places where he has to stop, and then they can almost always hit him. Now I'm going to start rolling. He's doing the same thing right now. It's all AI based, but you can play multiplayer, which is really cool actually. And he will actually start rolling against me and hit my door soon here. And when you do, you can actually see him in the top right corner. There you go. He's now rolling, as I am rolling as well. And there you go. Not bad. Okay, so you can actually use these little things here to navigate pretty quickly around. I'm gonna put a few more of these up, and then some more catapults. And there he is smashing through my stuff, which I don't really appreciate all that much, gotta be honest. And now I can put cows up. Cows will actually bash into the enemy boulder. They'll go headlong for it. They do kind of die in the process, but it's a valiant effort. Alright, here we go. Nothing. See, they do slow me down a bit. A big part of the game is definitely speed. You'll find that more often than not you don't get stopped, you get slowed or damaged, and damage tends to not be very good. You can see part of my board coming up, which I want to avoid this guy. Damage tag him out none. Bit of a gimme level though. Of course it is a tutorial, so what else can you expect? It does get significantly harder later on. There are some things like boss battles within the game. I haven't gotten to any of them yet, so I can't really tell you what they're like. I have seen them though. They actually seem really, really interesting because there's not a lot of the strategy element left in it. You just have to roll into certain areas. I think there's one where you're actually against this giant statue and you gotta fire your boulder through some cannons and hit him in the groin. So, kind of funny. Let's roll again. Let's get him. Oh, and I didn't turn in time. And as you can see, I went off the side. Now going off the side is really just, the only penalty for that is just time. And later on in the game, time is really, really precious because you have to get there before your enemy does. It doesn't really damage you much, which I would have liked if they did, but hey, I don't make the games. And there we go. Now I can roll into them. Yeah, there we go. Alright. So let's go through one more level. It's the first real level in the game. I'm sure you guys want to see that. As you can see, you can collect keys in each level. The previous level I had done so. I had collected all 3 of them. Here I only got the 2, so maybe we'll see the 3rd one here. I'm not sure what the keys do all, but we'll see.
This is Spawn!
And that was pretty funny. So, King Leonidas. Now I've got new units. I've basically got level 2 of my cows, which is elephants, and I have stone towers now, which are much more resilient. They still die, but they do more to the boulder as they die, so I like to put them down. Again, early on, the strategy isn't as involved as it does get later on. I think he knows I want to go up here. It seems like a good way of avoiding most of this stuff. There's that key. So let's go get that key. I'll show you guys how you get the keys. It's pretty simple. Just roll into it. I just didn't know it was there. And got it. Now I've got a nice straight shot. Awesome. Lots of power. Yeah, I'm not sure which way he wants to go, but sometimes the AI will actually switch it up. They don't always go the same way, so if there are alternate paths, it's good to just have a little something there. Now, as you can see, I have some sort of a flying monster. It's kind of like a big old buffalo with a statue head with wings. And it'll actually gore into the enemy boulder, and my enemy has the same thing, so it can do it to me and do massive damage and throw me off the side. So putting some here is a good strategy, because then he's already slowed down from hitting those, and then that big baddie will hit him. And I'm rolling. Those are elephants. Oh, crap. I'm not going up here this time because I thought he had more up there, but turns out he didn't. And he had the same idea. I did. And go, 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 go. Oh, good. Any day I don't get gored is a good day. One more good hit on that and we're through. It's a good time to bolster some things. I can hit this, I believe, to see where his boulder is. Yep. This is midway. That's where boulder gate is, and that's where my door is. Put some more catapults down. I like those. Do more damage to him before he hits me. And here we go, ready to roll again. And up, and kill. Luckily those catapults didn't hit me, because they do actually bounce you around quite a bit. It's pretty annoying in some levels, because these tracks get really narrow, so if you put them in the right spot, you pretty much just have to go through them, and that's never fun. As you can see, King Leonidas is not much on making defenses. And splat he goes. Anyways, everybody, that's about it for Rock of Ages and my first impression video of it. It's pretty fun, different. It's you can get it on Steam. It's also out on Xbox, and it's coming out on PlayStation sometime or another. And it's about, I believe, $10, $15 usually. You can catch it on Steam for probably half off. They have a lot of sales on there a lot of the times. If you like what I'm doing here, please do subscribe. And again, this is ECindiePlay, and I'm Nathan. Thanks for watching.